Hello, I am James Spencer, and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about something that is rapidly changing the entertainment industry and acting world, and that is artificial intelligence, AI. Now, whether you love AI, you're skeptical about it, or you're still trying to figure it out, it's becoming very clear that AI is here to stay, and it will be changing over the next few years the whole industry, and that will affect actors. So as an actor, you need to understand how these tools can be used intelligently. I'm not talking about replacing your acting. I'm talking about using AI as an assistant that can help you research, organize, prepare, and become more efficient as an artist. So let's look at some of the ways actors can use AI right now. Use AI as your personal acting assistant and secretary. One of the most useful applications is using AI systems such as ChatGPT or Gemini as a personal research and study assistant. You can provide information about a play, playwright, character, or production and ask AI to help you organize that information into a study guide or a practice guide. For example, you might ask to create a playwright's biography, historical background concerning the work, character analysis and backstories, relationship maps, scene objectives, character backstories, vocabulary guides, rehearsal questions, memorization exercises, actors exercises, and a study schedule. You can even personalize the way the AI assists you. Instead of simply asking, "Tell me about Hamlet," you might say, "I'm an actor preparing for the role of Hamlet." Create a professional actor study guide covering the historical context, character objectives, relationships, emotional transitions, major themes, and questions I should investigate before rehearsal. Take the original prose for me of this scene and now put it into a modern understanding so I can understand what's happening. That is a completely different level of research, isn't it? You're turning AI into a personalized research assistant. 2. Create background scenarios for monologues and reels. AI can help you develop the circumstances surrounding a monologue. Maybe you have a beautiful monologue, but you don't completely understand what's happened immediately before it. Ask AI to help you brainstorm possible circumstances. Where did your character come from? What happened 5 minutes before in the scene? What happened yesterday? Who is this person talking to? What does this character want? How does this character dress? What are they afraid of? You can also use AI to help create fictional background scenarios for your acting reels. So, for example, let's say you're doing a monologue that's going to be you're meeting a date in a romantic restaurant. You could set the background as a romantic restaurant film in your house, but it gives the mood of that. So the important word here is fictional. Don't allow AI to replace your imagination. Use it to stimulate your imagination and what might be possible. 3. Research the historical world of your character. Suppose you're playing a character in Victorian England. Wow. Okay, so you have an enormous amount of research to probably do. You might ask, how do they speak? Are they speaking in aristocratic Victorian British accent or maybe Cockney? And maybe you need to polish that accent to make sure that accent is consistent and appropriate for your character. What does that character wear? And how, when you're in a costume, you're going to feel different. For example, ladies of the Victorian era might have to wear a corset, and you're going to breathe different and feel different. Okay, so these are things you can talk about. What are the attitudes of that period towards marriage, class, gender, sexuality, money, education? AI can help you organize this research and give you questions to investigate further while you're working on your character. You can also research regional environments. For example, if your character comes from Scotland, Ireland, Yorkshire, New York, or the American South, you can ask AI to assist you not only in historical content, but in the pronunciation of those accents to get them exact. There is a difference. For example, I had one student this week doing a Georgian accent for a play, Midnight in the Garden and Good and Evil. I had another doing an accent for Steel Magnolias, which takes place in Louisiana. Those accents are slightly different. Okay, so AI can be a good research tool, but it's not infallible. Sometimes, remember, things on the internet are not factual, but you can use it as a tool to help you. Again, number 4, working with dialects and difficult languages. Maybe there's vocabulary you don't understand. So you can put the scene in and say, take the difficult vocabulary words and give me definitions. Or take these archaic words or these words that might be slang from a period. Here's an example. I had a student working on the importance of being earnest, and the word shilly-shallying came, and she's like, what does that mean? And you can see the historical context of what they're saying and how that would be done. Besides that, again, understanding Shakespeare, understanding rhetorical devices, understanding underlining symbolism. These are all things AI can help you with. 5, creating personalized cover letters. This can save you a lot of time. You're going to be sending lots of cover letters out to agencies for jobs on Backstage, and you don't want them all to be just a generic letter. They should be personalized to what you're doing. So instead of having to type up all these letters, you can have a basic template and then say, okay, ChatGPT, I'm going out for this agency, Abrams, for example, AAA, or I'm going out for William Morris, and do some research on this is what that agency is looking for. Help me to put my cover letter into something that's appropriate for that agency or for that appropriate job or so forth. Okay? This is something I use, a lot of people forget about. I teach modeling. So using AI for wardrobe and color analysis is really great. I love this one because we all have our seasonal skin tone. So being able to upload a photo and say, analyze my photo, and now give me a color chart for my seasonal skin tone to know what colors I should wear and what colors I should avoid. And then let's pick colors that are appropriate for 3 contrasting headshots. So if I'm doing my smiley comedic one, maybe I want to wear a brighter color, but certain colors are going to look better on me than others. For example, I am what is called cool winter. So if you notice, I wear blacks, I tend to wear burgundies, darker colors. Now I can wear a pastel, but it has to be the right pastel. I'm going to look horrible in pale yellow. I'm going to look horrible in hot pink. But other colors, like I could wear a grayish lavender, and that would be fine, So it's about knowing what to wear can also help your headshot stand out. And there is AI analysis of that. I use that with my models to say, let's get your color chart. Now, let's say you have to do a jean commercial. Well, you're a warm autumn, so you shouldn't be in these cool blue tones. Let's put you in let's put you with a chocolate leather jacket or something that's better for your your skin tone and your eye color and things like that. That's really important. So I use that all the time. So AI for wardrobe, color analysis, makeup analysis, that kind of thing. 7, using AI for a business plan. People forget this. This is a business. So a lot of people are like, okay, I want to be an actor, but I have a day job. And how do I keep my day job and pay the bills while I'm trying to move into being a professional actor? And this can help you say, okay, let's analyze your life. And let's find times to practice or strategies on when you go for auditions or strategically what you should apply for. An example of this is I work with my students on breaking, beginner students into breaking into community theater productions for the first time. So there's hundreds of community theaters, and there might be tons of auditions coming up, but it's like, what is strategic for you? What is the best from your lifestyle, where you live, time period, and so forth. So you're not just randomly auditioning for a million things and getting exhausted. You're strategically picking what you should audition for. And that's where, you can put that into AI and say, okay, this is what I tend to be good at. Here's my photos. Here's what I've done in the past. Let's look at all of these different plays coming up in parts and what I should avoid and what I should audition for, and maybe narrow it down. Now I have a study guide, and I also have a calendar of when things are coming up, how to get to the place, what is expected. I could have that all organized for me and let AI do all that work, so I'm not typing all that up and wasting time. Okay. 8, build your personal acting database. I use AI for this. So like, for example, I can go in and say, here's an example. I had a student doing a play by Terrence McNally, and I said, let me see if I have all his plays in PDF. And I go, yes, I have Lisbon La Traviata, I have Andre's Mother, but I don't have every play. What am I missing? Oh, let me see if I can find it in a free PDF online, bring it over into my database, and on my backup drive, I have thousands of plays, all organized alphabetically by, playwright. I have probably 5,000 musicals, all organized. And so if a student comes to me and says, hey, I need Paul's monologue from a chorus line. Oh, here you go. It's ready. I don't have to spend hours of tracking it down or going to Barnes and Noble and spending lots of money trying to find things. I already have it. That's smart. That saves time. So building that home database and using AI to help you do that, to organize your monologues, to organize your plays. Also, I have method acting books and things from Meisner and things from different acting workshops and things. And I can have all that material, so I can say, okay, this student's deficient in this. Oh, here's a book you need. Okay, so that saves a lot of time. Okay, so be sure you look into that. 9, using AI to practice. So you can say, create some improv scenarios for me that I can practice. Create a script with another character that I can run with a friend to practice this emotion. Coming up, like I use the actor's cookbook, which we talked about, and you're like, I'm running out of ideas for emotions to practice. And then you can ask AI to give me 200 different emotions. See, like, okay, what haven't I done yet? Using AI to develop your professional brand. That's really important. So I do website and branding for students, but at the same time, I'm also doing, like, how can I look at their brand, and now what are colors, what are styles, what is graphics, and help hone that in with AI to do that quicker, to help that client of mine or that actor present themselves better and get noticed and so forth. So these are different aspects of things you can do with AI. There's so much more. I can go on and on with this, but start using AI. Do not be afraid of it. And I would love to hear from you in your comments below how AI is changing the game for you specifically. I actually love it. It saves me so much time. I can find music excerpts for voiceover students. I can create animation characters. I can create backdrops. I can create study guides, finals for courses I'm doing, all kinds of things. Okay, thank you so much. I will see you in the next video.